Hello and welcome, my name is Kyle for the win and welcome to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare map guide. In this video we are doing the map Azhir Cave, which is a lot of people's least favorite map within the game, but in this video I'm going to try and help you guys understand the map a little bit more and maybe start enjoying the map a little bit. So this of course was a beta map, so a lot of you guys have already probably played this map, but I wanted to just do a map guide on this map anyways, just because I want to do a guide on every map. But of course, during the full game, things tend to change a little bit within the maps and stuff because there's a different variety of players. So let's go ahead and just jump into this. So starting off here, this is the Allegiance spawn. The Coalition spawn is something I'll show you here in a minute. I apologize if you can hear the wind in the background. I'll try and edit that out in a future when I actually edit this video up, but it's really windy where I am right now and the windows aren't very good, so I apologize for the wind, but enough kind of going around kind of just wasting time here. Let's go ahead and actually jump into the map. So if you spawn here on the Coalition side, a common area is to actually go up this way and kind of hang out here, because there can be enemies way over there, enemies there, and finally enemies down there. And it's just kind of a quick little area to kind of get a vantage point on the map. You can actually even mount a gun here or something. If the best way to play this area of the map right here is to actually use a sniper rifle, because then you can kind of come pre-aim all the way down there and then maybe get a nice little sniper shot and get some enemies down and out. Now, what I normally do when I play this map is I actually start from the Coalition spawn and I actually go around this little rock here and actually push forward to here. And what you can do is you can instantly mount on here and get some nice kills there, because it is common that enemies will run right through that doorway. Pardon me. Enemies will run right through that doorway at the beginning of the match. So that's what I tend to do when I play this map, is kind of just go either mount my gun or push forward and use kind of this cover a little bit to my advantage, because enemies will love to come through there. But before I go any farther down that route, there is a third route that you can go into the cave as well, and this is another kind of flanking route as well. You can kind of get around some of the enemies. This is another place I go. I hardly ever go to the middle of the map right there on that little head glitch. I actually like to go here and kind of pre-aim, because you can get some people down on that head glitch. You can get people that might be head glitching right there, and if it's safe to do so, you can kind of go around here and get some kills from people coming from that direction, and you can get a little bit of cover and kill enemies that might be camping there. But be careful where I'm aiming at right now, where that little concrete wall is. People love to head glitch from right there underneath that area, so I would be very, very careful if you're going to kind of chill in the middle of the area. Plus you can also get shot in the back from there, because enemies will be coming from there as well. There's kind of an entrance over here, which I will show you right now. As you can see, there's a little bit of an entrance here, so enemies tend to come here as well. So I'd be really careful kind of running through the middle of the cave here, because at this point right here where I'm standing, you can get shot from either that way, that way, that way, or that way. So you don't want to be standing in the middle of this cave whatsoever, because you will get destroyed, because there's a potential for 4 enemies to be around you. So again, what I do is I like to take this flanking route, because now you erase that, and you erased that little bit of the cave over there, and you even erased getting shot from that little head glitch back there by those sandbags. The only way you can get shot from is here and people in front of you, but I would be really careful going through this area as well, because people like to head glitch behind this little workshop area, and people also like to camp behind that little box right there. So be very careful if you're going to come through this area. But the cave is definitely the most popular part of the map. It's where all the action happens, and if you can hold down the middle area over here, this is actually where the B domination flag is, you can actually really dominate this map. If you can kind of just play defensive around this area and keep track of enemies coming from that way and stuff like that, you will definitely do very, very well on this map. Another kind of really convenient place if you are spawning from the Allegiance side is running through the cave, taking this little route over here to the right, and then you are able to take out enemies that are all around this area, which is really, really convenient, and I recommend it highly, highly, highly. Just because it avoids being shot from over there, it avoids being shot from over there unless you kind of peek out and go to head glitch, but you can lay prone here and aim down sight. You can also mount on these barrels, so very, very effective way to take enemies out right here. But that pretty much does it for the cave. There's one last little route here, which is actually really, really tactical. If you are on the Coalition, or if you're on the Allegiance or the Coalition, and the enemies are spawning over here on the other side of the map, you can actually go up this ladder, and you will have your secondary out going up this ladder. So you can kind of be careful. I recommend kind of not peeking your head all the way up yet. You can kind of hear out for enemies, and then go up and peek, and then get a couple kills, which is really, really nice. And then you can kind of go back down. And again, if you are coming from the Coalition side, you can go down here and play safe, and then you can get enemies that are either over there, way over there, or coming from the cave. So this is a very, very smart place to go on the map, because it kind of opens up a couple flanking routes as well. So now let's go ahead and talk about the Coalition part of the map, where you would spawn in if you were on the Coalition side, which is right here. And what I always recommend that you do as the Coalition team is to sprint over here through this way, go through here, up this little pathway, keep on running, and then what you want to do when you hit this area right here is either mount your gun here so that you can take out enemies that are kind of chilling over there by that doorway, take out enemies on that head glitch, and take out enemies that are on this little bridge here, which I will talk about in a minute. Or what you can do is you can go up here and get an even better advantage in a line of sight over to enemies that are right there, and camping in the window, even in that corner over there, that head glitch, and once again the concrete wall over there. So very, very effective as well. Here are some more flanking routes. Now, honestly, a lot of this part of the map over here is empty space. As you can see, the right side of the map is a lot of empty space. This is a map overview, which I forgot to do in the beginning of the video, but the right side of the map over here is a lot of empty space. I mean, if you really want to, you can kind of get some really nice flanks over this way, because a lot of people aren't going to be hanging over here, but just be careful, because the odds of you finding enemies over here are very small. So if you want to get a lot of kills, I recommend hanging out in the cave or more in the middle of the map. But if you really want to, and you know that enemies are over here, you can just take that route I did, go over here and take enemies out that are right here, or coming through the cave, and even if they're head glitching over there. It's just a really effective strategy if you want to get some flanking routes. Here's kind of another way to kind of take out enemies that are coming from the cave over there, the little entrance over there, and even getting some little nice shots on people that are trying to enter that little house, which I will talk about in a minute as well. And here is a actual verticality, or a vertical way of getting the same flanking route that you get from this. But be careful, because enemies do like to hang out in this little, I don't know if this is like a silo or what this is exactly, but enemies like to hang out here and take out enemies that are spawning from the Coalition side over there. I remember getting a shot from spawn a lot of times when I was playing the beta from enemies that were hanging here. Enemies that are here as well, if you're standing here, you can also take enemies out that are coming from the spawn up there. Take enemies out that are on that little shack where I was earlier, and you can even take enemies running around through here, and enemies that like to sit in that corner over there. I know a lot of enemies like to sit in that corner as well. And the underground area here, I would not recommend very much at all, because when you're running through here from your spawn, I mean, it might be convenient, but running through the middle, you can get shot from so many different angles. The odds of you winning a gunfight on somebody head glitching in that window, for example, or that window, or over there, is very, very low, because of the fact that you're super, super vulnerable. Enemies can shoot you from there as well, so it's just a very dangerous area to be hanging out in this area. And last but not least, what I want to talk about really quickly is about this house here and this house here. These are pretty popular areas of the map, because they are just extremely they're very popular parts of the map, because they are in the middle. So if you're going to hang around this house, be aware that there will be enemies up here. So you can take out enemies out from there, and you can take enemies out from there coming from the entrance of the cave. And I actually have to do this pretty quickly because we're running out of time here in the match. And then this house is, of course, extremely popular. There's two doors here which you can open. There's some doors here that you can open as well, and they give you very, very vulnerable sights to that spawn over there, and people spawning over there as well. So this is a really effective building, and if you can hold it down, you will do very, very well on this map. And I can't recommend playing this map pretty defensive as well, because if you don't, you will get destroyed. But that is pretty much a giant overview of the map. These are going to be pretty long videos on big maps like this because of the fact that they're such large maps. I mean, this Azhir Cave is a pretty dang big map, but hopefully this was able to help you out. Hopefully you guys got a nice little down run, or a rundown of the map and how to play it. This is just how I play the map, and I'm just giving you guys some tips about some choke points and some places that to avoid on the map, to avoid you getting shot in the back and getting shot from the side and getting shot from just angles that you don't want to be shot from. And I hope it helps you out. If you guys have missed any of my other previous map guides, I did a map guide on the map Anaya Palace as well as the map Piccadilly, so I will leave those in the new playlist at the end of the video and on my channel. So if you guys have missed any of my other recent Modern Warfare videos as well, I had a campaign walkthrough that is going. I have another campaign episode going up later today, as well as my previous video today was some survival gameplay. Make sure you guys go and check that out, and I will see you guys all on some more Modern Warfare videos very, very soon.